The writers are too well organized, too well informed, too well armed. There are signs of indoctrination into heretical beliefs. They are clearly being directed by someone competent and charismatic. Governor, you are dealing with an arch-enemy cult that is growing at an alarming rate. Alright. Perhaps I've underestimated the mutiny. Writing it off as a rabble of nonsense, however, if it does involve corruption and an underground cult, this needs to be investigated. I'll assign additional resources to it and take the issue seriously. You have my word, your lordship. That's all I wanted to discuss. The Archetype has arrived. The Archetype marches on. Yes. Governor Medina, in the name of the Lex Imperialis, I, Proctor Solomon Anthar, arrest you on suspicion of involvement in the theft of the shipment of the Imperial tithe. Taking into account the state of emergency on this planet, I will permit you to retain your authority under my direct supervision. From this time forth, you will give the Adeptus Arbites your full cooperation, in particular by transferring command of the strike groups and other resources to me. Arrest me, transfer my resources. Your demands determine my efforts to suppress the rebellion. Excuse me, Proctor, but this accusation of stealing the sacred tithe is simply... And it stops there. Denying guilt only adds to the suspicions against you, Governor. Now let us go over everything one more time. The tithe was stolen from your world. You're culpable for this incident, whether you're personally involved or not. You will provide the resources I have requested without objection, as this measure serves to reestablish control over the plan. Comply, or I will consider your refusal an obstruction of investigation and take steps accordingly. It seems I'm left with no other option than to obey your will. His law-abiding servant honor the word of the Imperial, unless your lordship has anything to say. This world belongs to Imperial. Do the Adeptus Arbites truly have authority in interfere in the rule of governors appointed by a rogue trader? We do. Besides, I doubt rogue trader will find it disagreeable that the arbiters have helped to clean up this madness. As for the governor, I imagine the Emperor's amended. I imagine the Emperor's anointed will benefit from learning how diligent his son has been performing his work. I will never think to oppose a servant of the Lex. The governor puts forth. In that case, please accommodate yourself, Proctor. But before I give you access to the code, I must give a protracted self-exonerment statement. There is no need. Give a protracted self-exonerant statement. There is no need. All information required of you will be obtained during questioning without witnesses. Be it your personal guard. Be it your personal guard or rogue trader, just you, me, and Guido. What is your plan, Proctor? Stop the heretics from taking over the starport and other locations critical to investigation. At the same time, we will crush the heretics' resistance. Most of them are hiding among the commoners, and a series of concentrated strikes against the residential districts and infirmary will send them running. That is when we'll finish off the rebel carrion. Blood of the throne. We'll I will be gathering over nothing but ruins and corpses by the time you're done. Have faith in my methods, Gavin. I'm not going to popular you. After all, it needs to be able to continue paying it. I'll do the iconoclast. Killing innocents is unacceptable, even for the sake of saving. Why do you think the rebels are hiding among civilians? They will. Let's do the iconoclast first because I don't want to miss this. Killing innocents is unacceptable, even for the sake of saving the world. Aversion to collateral damage is a weakness that heretics exploit to why you stand here pleading and hesitating. The enemy is busy fortifying their position, replenishing their losses. Stalling dictated by mercy only maximizes the damage the world will suffer. Why do you think the rebels are hiding among the civilians? They could have shelters elsewhere. I know this from a few intercepted work exchanges and a couple of scumbags we have interrogated, but first and foremost, I know from experience, such mutinous rabbles always feeds off its families and associates, who also provide their source of recruits to support its ranks, and of course there is the heretics' contemple habit of using the local population as shield. We need to flush them out of their nest and starve them of resources. Wish you luck into your investigation, Proctor. Good news, your lordship. Lower your voice. Come on. You didn't steal the tithe ship, did you? No, not you two. I swear to the golden throne and the blood of the martyrs I've never even considered an act. Please, lordship, do not insult me with such submissions. You painfully think. Identification. Unit Logis Quartz Train. Official trade representative of the Explorer Cognizance Fleet. The unit supervises suppliers in the record system, ensures the security, combat arsenal, performs commerce and transactions, secures daily beneficial contracts. Unit Quartz Crown requests permission to transfer information. The rock trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential of influence to ability to restore order in the guy. What was that? Detailed complaint. I recommend you consider request. Okay. Permission to transfer. Familiar house. Accept the commercial transaction. Okay. So here we are. Stuff. Oh yes. Okay. So it's like okay. Oh, we can get a shield for Abelard. Permission to transfer information. What do you wish to tell me? Haphazard and careless decisions on the part of the Reconnaissance have led to unacceptable consequences. Communication with the adaptive mechanism has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed electron without delay. Restoring communication with the electro priest and ensuring the sanctum security are our top priorities. You are the head of a rock trader dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence and pressure on the subject of the Imperium. Unit courts request assistance and actions of government like Archetype must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the Holy Monastery and adapted mechanisms. Okay? Observe that these war authorities lack diligence in performance of their duties. A statement is due. I will discuss it with the government. You are an explorer. Guys, for the rock trader is highly likely to successful influence the local authorities. You are an explorer, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archive data. Over 70 years ago, Governor of Record Miners, an authorized representative of the explorer fleet, made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Unit logics. The fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and the combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to the darkness without them. What is the Cognizance fleet doing in Rykard system? Cognizance fleet's presence in the Rykard system is negligible. Its research activities in the system have been concluded. A limited presence is maintained for the purpose of logistical support, fulfillment of vows to maintain the messianic expansion, spiritual oversight. Do you know anything about the test priest Abel Huneman? Unit Quartzcream had no previous communication with Unit Abelon. The memory sector contains other data related to this query. Various resources and data storage devices of interest have been extracted by the standing army of Record Miners for preservation purposes. The command center currently hosts a cogitator that was used by Abel Huneman. Appeal to the community for further information. I shall take my leave. Okay, so we could do this. Can we talk to him? No? Talk to him. It is Express claims you have not been doing enough to ensure the safety of the Adeptus Mechanicus monastery. Of course he does. That tech priest is very insistent. I ordered a squad to be dispatched to the Holy Cenobium. I haven't been heard from yet. I'm afraid this is all I can do under the present circumstances. I don't have a single soldier to spare in the capital. Okay. Where is the cogitator? Okay, let's come here.
To fortune.
Watching the lazy handle sacred technology breaks my heart. Figuratively speaking, my cardiovascular augmentation can withstand much more than high blood pressure.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
This is a cogitator. The cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared of. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals pressed to the design adorn its surface. Now the panels have been removed. Beside bundles of gold notch cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected a short while ago. Awaiting access code. Thank you. Force access to Kojic data. Kojic data will reveal its secrets. Pascal is from the Kojic. I appealed to the machine spirit to open Logis Abel's personal archives as well. It has accepted my request. Go to Logic Spirit's archive. Results of yeah. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it. Shackled stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I'm registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence of the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the circle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omniscient to Logic Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbally. Logis Abel is seeking an audience with the venerable Dar Impulse 6 who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the governor's palace for a shuttle flight to another shuttle has been sent to Ubuntu's system. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize this word. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message of the Ubuntu. It was me, Omniscient. Grant me the wisdom to fathom its mystery. Go to Sacred Communication 782-5-M. Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every Ogre's station in Rykard Minoris and the two primary satellites of Rykard Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magos, Maruf, and Zafir the King, after two great champions of faith whose external Gojiro were placed inside the satellite core after their shell perish. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logis is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Ugur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykard Minority cycles ago. Early in the winter, the most recent arrived a month ago. Logic Abel's conclusion. The insurrection on the planet has been long in the making, and the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago Aurora arrived in Rykard Minoris, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries, but what is the nature of their activity near Cadiphilia? Governor's attention must be drawn to. Finally, cuts off abruptly. Go to recent observations. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that the ship has translated into the system. Its signature consisted with the records of flagship rock trader dynasty Juan Valancius. The satellite Zafir the King reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurled speed away. It has sent an encrypted to the search and control areas of the surface. Rykard Minoris. Another was directed planet. Both transmitters are brother Twilight. The contents will not be decrypted. Aha! Go to the investigator. The entry contains planetside coordinates known as Heavy Ogre Station, jamming, possibly hidden, such as base. Leave. Uh-huh. Okay, so I think we need to go to the wedge. No, I think we should do. Ah, so okay. Oh. Let's do the monastery. And also give the shield to Abelard. Let's give him the shield. Haha. Oh, and it uses both skills. Nice.